Hi, my name is Tanya Kim. I am a storyteller, multimedia personality, producer, animal advocate, and boxing coach. Being a part of a community and supporting community is key, especially in this day and age when connection is lost. And I think people are reaching out and looking to something to inspire them, to help motivate them, to help just make their day a little bit brighter. And if I can have any sort of impact on that and in putting a smile on people's faces, I'm more than happy to do that. I think when people say kindness is cool, it's not just a catchphrase. I think people are really going through it these days, and you never know what someone is going through. So even if you smile at a stranger when you're walking by them on the street, you could just make that person's day. I think we need to be there for one another, whether or not you know each other as friends. Complete strangers can really help to uplift and motivate one another, even if it's just through a smile and through kindness. My goal is getting more tattoos. Just kidding. At Hon, because it's one of my favorite tattoo places, also because it's Korean owned. I want to support my people. Yeah, woo woo. So I think my goal is to help to continue to motivate people, to help uplift and inspire them, and just to help them be the best versions of themselves. So when I'm coaching boxing and motivating that way, I really love seeing the connection I'm making with people and how they're getting 1% better every time they take a class from me. It's just really, it's fulfilling for me. So I've been on a personal growth journey, and I would say a soul growth journey for a while. I went through, a personal thing a couple of years ago, and since then I've realized, and I'm in my 40s, proudly in my 40s. So, I'm realizing the mortality and how quickly time goes by and how time is a gift. And so whatever time we're blessed with on this planet, I feel like we should be doing all of the things that spark joy or exploring all the things that life has in store for us. I feel like people should always be trying new things. I really believe that there's no such thing as failure. It's only growth. If we're not trying new things, regardless of the outcome, then what are we even doing here? Like, what is life then, right? That's what I believe. So, things that I do every day, I wake up early, I meditate for an hour if I'm lucky. I go for a nice long walk with my dog, who is my emotional support animal, actually. She helps manage my anxiety. And, like I said, I coach boxing. I also do my storytelling and journalistic things, and it's just a nice way to live. I really wish that therapy was accessible for everyone. I hope that for everyone. I believe that everybody can benefit from therapy. When I first experienced panic attacks and anxiety, it actually happened when I started my career in entertainment news, so my television broadcasting career with E-Talk on CTV. And I was working at a bar still, supplementing my income back then, and people just started treating me differently, and I didn't know how to set boundaries at the time. So even if I was out for dinner, I enjoy meeting new people, but I didn't know how to create space for myself. So I would allow a stranger to come in and just suck up all my energy, which then created anxiety. And that was my own, I don't want to say fault, but I just didn't know how to set that boundary because I always wanted to be liked. I didn't want people to be offended if I didn't want to talk to them at the time. So I would be at a restaurant and I'd feel like I'd have to escape all of a sudden because I would get sweats, and then I felt like I would throw up and pass out. And I didn't know what was going on at the time. And then I started talking to a therapist, and they said, well, I think you're having an anxiety attack or panic attack. And that's what actually started it, was my career in television. started my anxiety. But you know, now through therapy and breathing techniques and meditation and just having the proper tools in my toolkit, I know it's much more easier to manage. I'll never be without it. I feel better knowing how to manage it. Yeah, of course. So I'm an artist at the core. I grew up playing piano and dancing, and I always feel like I'm an artist in my heart. So, you know, tattoos and getting tattoos is an extension of who I am. Helps me express myself. So for the tattoo that we're getting today, it's in addition to the floral work that Hon did, I think, a couple of years ago. And it's actually, not all of my tattoos have meaning. Most of them do. Some of them are just fun little bangers, but you know, the floral arm piece that I have that he's adding to is a tribute to my mother, who is still around, thank goodness. And but she, as an immigrant, you know, she gave up her hopes and dreams in Korea, whatever they may have been, to come to Canada to give my brother and I better lives. And she had to make money, so she worked in a flower shop. She was a florist. She was a naturally creative person, had a natural talent for making arrangements. And so, you know, the flowers on me, and some of them are national rose of Korea that I have in here. The Rose of Sharon, that's right. It's a tribute to my mom and all the hard work she's put into not just her life, but into the lives of her family. And it's also a reminder to me to keep blooming, right? Like I said, keep growing. Don't feel stagnant and stuck in what you're doing in everyday life. There's many opportunities. Life is full of possibilities, and I think that this is just a reminder to like keep exploring all of those opportunities. In this day and age especially, tattoos are actually not really that taboo anymore. Of course, in certain cultures, they're harder to accept, but it doesn't change who you are inside. You know, I think Korean parents, for example, when my parents didn't understand why I was getting all of these tattoos, they were worried it was going to affect my work. If I was gonna get hired for certain jobs, right? Or you look like a gangster, oh my God. It's not like that now. Times are changing. Tattoos, it's like artwork. It's more beautiful. It's not a sign of what gang you're in necessarily, right? And they have meaning. And I would highly recommend, if you want a tattoo, whether or not it has meaning to you, that you should go for it. You know, you have to live your life. And if getting a tattoo is not gonna change you from being a good person on the inside, you know? And it's an extension of who you are and how you want to express yourself. I think it's a beautiful thing. So get your tattoos here at Hon Tattoo.